How do Mime Artists? Welcome to week 6 of the auto updates. Plenty of good firing Pokemon this week. First one we have is Mimikyu. A very good Pokemon. It's got the Spookify ability. There are quite a few Mimikyu on the stage. If you want to bring along perhaps something that's got Block Smash, feel free to do that. It wouldn't be too terrible. There are quite a few blocks on the stage to begin with. Or even something with Barrier Bash, as we'll see a little bit later. Quite a few barriers on the stage. It's not really that hard for Pokemon though. You should be able to beat it, no bother. Especially when you've got fairly okay Pokemon. Giratina. Hoopa is very good. If your Hoopa is skill swapped, take it, use it, have it, love it. Beyond that, it's fairly simple. It's a fairly standard, straightforward stage. Shouldn't be too difficult, and it's a nice little one to farm with the Spookify Plus ability. And next up here we have Delmise going in, exactly the same team. This one again, not too tricky. If you want to take along something that's got Barrier Bash, feel free to do that, as it's mostly the barriers that are a bit of a disturbance on this stage. But again, it's not that hard of a stage. It's nothing you're really going to need to worry about too much. It just prevents you from comboing a wee bit. Some breakable blocks on the stage too, but again, nothing you really need to worry about. Delmise is a fairly simple stage. Once you get the Gengar online, it'll just become a lot quicker, a lot faster, and a fairly easy stage to beat. If you want to swap out the Guzzlord for something else, that's completely fine. Mine's is just, I think it's about level 10 or 11, so it's fairly highly leveled. The ability can be slightly handy for the first couple turns. After that, it's not really very worth it. So feel free to swap out whatever you like, any super effective Pokemon you have. And there we go, 3 moves left and a Delmise skill boost to boot. Then next up here is Registeel. This one does cost 300 coins per try, and it's not too terrible. A fairly easy stage to beat, and one that you definitely want to have quite highly skill leveled. Although I was surprised that mine isn't as highly skill leveled as I thought, as it's just a very good Pokemon to have, and to have that's fantastic. If you want to use the Registeel to get rid of some of the unbreakable blocks, feel free to. I just kept them in the lines just for ease. The stage again, it's not too terribly tricky, and if you're able to get off matches of 4 with the Buzzwole, it will make it a lot simpler because it doesn't have too much HP, it just has some disruptions. Making matches of 4 with the Buzzwole this stage is very simple. The Beware is nice as well, just because there are fairly common disruptions, so it can do a little bit extra damage and just stave those off for the turn. If you want to swap out one of these for some like a Gallade, that's fine as well, just to be able to get rid of some more of their unbreakable blocks. Entirely understandable. See how you feel. This stage isn't going to be too troublesome though. It's not particularly difficult. You may come fairly close to the edge like I did, but it's very doubtful that you won't be able to beat this stage. There we go, 3 moves left and 2 skill boosts. Very, very nice indeed. Next up here is Winking Cyndaquil. If you've not got it, a fairly Pokemon. Probably not one that you'll use too much, but nice to farm nonetheless. Primal Kyogre is fantastic here, as there will be disruptions of breakable blocks onto the stage, so that just cuts through them like butter and does a lot extra damage as well. This stage, simple, easy, quick in and out. There we go. If you're able to farm with it, I think it's about a 25% chance that you get a skill boost. So a couple times. It's a fairly easy stage, but it's a meh Pokemon. And then we've got the once a day Landorus. I think this is exactly the same team. I forget the name of that Pokemon, the Sky God Pokemon, what's it called? Not Landorus, no. Oh, the flying one. Whatever it's called, that is just an extra Pokemon that you'll find on the stage. Just an extra disruption on there, but it's not too terrible. There'll just be quite a few of them. You can always take along eject Pokemon or shot out Pokemon just for a little bit extra damage. And then we have Genesect here going in with quite a few eject Pokemon or shot out Pokemon, just because there'll be Genesect on the stage and there'll be Surskits on the stage. So just a little bit extra damage with them. This stage I found to be incredibly easy, especially with this team. The Mega Tyranitar is fantastic, even when it's not a Mega, just doing little bits of eject, always good. The Incineroar is fine, feel free to swap that out for anything else you may want. It's not entirely necessary, but quite a few of the other Pokemon are very good. The Ho-Oh, fantastic Pokemon, just to be able to do a little bit extra damage with Nosedive. And there we go. A nice easy farming stage that I think this has come over from the expert stages, but very simple, very easy indeed. And lastly here we have Groudon with exactly the same water team as before. There will be quite a few breakable blocks on this stage, so the Primal Kyogre is fantastic. If you want to take along normal Kyogre as well, feel free to. I did mess up the starting trick. You need to make a match of 3 for the, what's that, A, B, between C, D and E columns. That way you'll get rid of all the Groudon in one, and after that you can just start comboing without any trouble. If you want to take along the normal Kyogre as well, feel free to. I think that you can skill swap that to have Block Out, or the one that does a little bit extra damage for getting rid of some breakable blocks. So take that along as well, it'll be a fine Pokemon to have but it's not that difficult of a stage. And there we go. Thank you very much for watching, and how do, Mime Artists?
Eggs! Eggs! E-double-G-S eggs!